I think it's time we talk about the elephant in the room. I'm talking about your drinking problem. About the one that's made you friends and lost you plenty of others. Lost your family and has had you in a perpetual cycle of toxicity. I'm talking about the one that you excuse as social. The one that you know is a stimulant to take out that person inside of you that you're afraid to show otherwise. It's the excuse that you use to be crazy and insane and be daring and bold. It's the one that you're using to smother a very terrible, toxic childhood, a very difficult and heartbroken relationship. I want to talk about your drinking problem, which is another word for alcoholism. There's one thing you have to understand is that when it comes to pain, we all deal with things differently. When it comes to suffering and sacrifices, we all have to go through it. It is a part of living. And I understand the trauma that comes with a very abusive childhood, one where you've been neglected or rejected, one where you have an alcoholic parent, one where you've been abused physically, verbally, one that's left you seared with psychological issues. You know, I understand what it's like to revert to drugs or alcohol in order to escape your reality, because as we all know, reality sucks sometimes, and so do people. People don't have your best interest in mind. When people are around you and they're drinking with you, depending on how far they take it, will also depend on how wasted you get. It's not that you don't know what's going to happen, is that you don't have any brakes. You don't stop. See, when you have an addiction, you run with that addiction to see how far it'll get you. And then when you find out what it did to you the night before, you regret it, you feel ashamed. But after so many attempts of trying to stop it and you find yourself repeating the same cycle again, you just give up. You give up and you surrender and you say, this is what it's going to be. And I'll be damned if somebody ever shames me or makes me feel bad about it. They don't know. They don't have a clue. They don't have an idea. They don't know what it's like to have to be me. They will never, ever understand. And there'll be nobody that'll ever understand until you find somebody who puts up with your crap. And then you find somebody who is willing to nurse you and take care of you. And then you realize that the bottle isn't more important, so you switch from the bottle to love and you become addicted to that. And you try to give that person everything and whatever it is that you feel that they need. And at the time you're expecting some in return. When you don't feel it's reciprocal, what do? You revert back to the bottle. Understand something, a lot of issues cause alcoholism and cause people to drink, but the number one issue is acknowledging that there's a problem. So guys, as a former bartender, I'm just asking you right now, I hope this video hits home because it's real. It's real because you see it every single weekend that you go out. You see the blackout, you see the insanity, you see the way that people behave and the way that they change. You see it front and center. Instead of being part of the problem, be part of the solution, guys. I hope this message hit home. It's a Preaching Rican. Peace out.